and welcome to the Bucket List Show. My name is Tammy Crandell with Journey Adventure Travel and Tours and Vero Real Estate, and I have my co-host here, Rebecca Danise, with Vero Real Estate, and with a focus on property management.
Yes.
And we have two special guests in studio today. I'm so glad to have them here. Kim Johnson with the Salvation Army, and as well as Amy Simber with Onward Upward, representing the Salvation Army as well. So thank you for coming.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. Now we always say that our show, we're here to serve you, the public, whether you're listening to us via podcast or watching us streaming, that we are here to help you fill your bucket to live your most abundant life. And what a better way to fill your bucket than to give to others. And that's part of the reason why we have Kim and Amy here in studio today to talk about a wonderful event that they have coming up that is going to do just that. You'll have a great opportunity to join us for it. So let's get to that. Can you tell us a little bit, Kim, about what's coming up for the Salvation Army?
Yes, so we are actually having our very first saltwater fishing tournament. It's called the Salvation Army Saltwater Slam, and it's going to be at Pirates Cove the first weekend in May 6th. And we're very excited about it. So.
Oh, fantastic. So you said it's at your very first saltwater fishing tournament. How does one participate in this tournament that you're holding?
We have an online registration, or you can also, we have hard copy as well. So if they prefer, they can email me and I'll send them the hard copy. But they can go to our website, and on our main page, there's a link to the registration page.
Okay. And for the people who are listening or watching, what is that website?
You could go to salvationarmymartin.org or salvationarmystlucie.org, and it'll go to the same page.
Fantastic. Okay.
That's good.
So now we know this is a fundraiser. Is there a specific focus on this particular fundraiser?
Yes, actually, as we all know, we are suffering with high rental rates right now, and the homeless population has soared. We have a shelter for homeless women and children called Compassion House. It currently houses 8 families at a time. We have 8 rooms with their private bathroom and everything, so we can house 8 families at a time. But our wait list currently is 57 families waiting to get in. And these are families, they're not just calling to inquire. These are families who have actually filled out the 20-page application to get in, and they are patiently waiting their turn. Many of them are living in their cars with their children. And so our board has made a decision that the best thing we can do to impact this is to double the size of our current shelter. So we have an architect has drawn up the plans. We've approved the initial budget, so it's in the works, but we need some funding, and so this is to bring awareness and to raise funding for the shelter.
Now, is this to expand the existing shelter, or are you finding a new location?
No, our existing shelter is on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Stuart, and it's going to basically double the floor plan of the existing shelter. We're just going to expand it out into our parking lot, and it'll have 16 rooms. We'll be able to accommodate 16 families at a time.
That's
so
fantastic.
Have you already started, so you got the architect, did you apply for permits and things of that, so you know that part you're good too, with the land space you have? And
we're working on that. So we're the Salvation Army, and so we're very aware and conscious of our funding and how we're spending it. So it has to first be approved by our headquarters in Florida, and then in our territorial headquarters. And once that's done, then we will pursue the rest of it.
Perfect.
And Kim is a lawyer in her background, so when it comes to contracts and doing the right thing, Kim's on top of it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Great.
And so, Amy, how did you get involved with what Kim is doing? Talk to us a bit to that.
Great question. So Kim and I met at the Stuart Martin Leadership Program. We are the class of 32. And I have met some really amazing people, and just as a whole, every year for 27 years, I've been volunteering my time in events, so she's been my victim lately.
Oh, that's fantastic.
But we met there, and Kim and I got to know each other, and we just got to talking, and she had never done a fishing tournament, and one of her employees, Carrie, had it in her heart to do this, and I think it's a great thing because nobody else is doing a tournament this month, It gives visibility in a different way. They did an event at the museum last month, so it's a whole different crowd.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good. So now, how does one participate? I know, we talked about the initial sign up, but is there a variety of ways that people can participate in the tournament itself? Can you speak to
Absolutely. I
that?
mean, we're always looking for sponsors, and that's one of the biggest needs we have right now is some more sponsorships. And so
Okay.
they can reach out to me. I'd be happy to talk to them. We have different levels of sponsorship. They'll get their, if they know the higher levels, they'll get their name on the actual tournament shirt, Sorry. Should I keep going?
Yep.
So with the higher level, they'll get their name on the back of the shirt and on the banner for the tournament. We have little lower levels. They'll be able to put their swag in the goodie bags that we're going to be giving
fantastic.
out.
That's a
So
good
there's a
idea.
lot of opportunity to get information out to the people that are
Okay.
participating.
Yeah, so you don't necessarily have to fish.
Right.
That's right.
So there's other ways to participate. So if someone was fishing, so whoever catches the biggest fish, is that how it works? As I've never gone to a fishing tournament either, so.
So we have different categories, and there will be a prize for the biggest fish overall for second, third. We also have the biggest fish for the lady angler and the biggest fish for the junior angler.
Okay.
And then we will have categories of kingfish, dolphin, wahoo, snapper, and grouper.
Okay.
And so there'll be some smaller cash prizes in each of those categories.
Of course.
Yes.
Now, are you is each boat limited to 4 on crew, or how does that work?
You want to take that one?
It's a total of 6.
A total of
and
6.
that includes the captain. So you
Okay.
could have 5 anglers aboard. The boat packages right now include 4 anglers. So if you wanted to add an additional angler or 2, you can do so.
Okay.
And how long is the actual tournament for them to go out there and catch something?
It's a gentleman's start. So it's usually at sunrise or between 6:30 and 7 a.m. And then our weigh station will open around 2 o'clock and closes at 4 o'clock.
So it's an all-day event.
Yeah,
Pretty
it
much,
is.
yeah. And then there'll be a dinner afterwards. Everybody gets a dinner ticket to come to the awards dinner. And
nice.
it's
Very
going to be
good.
fun
Well,
event.
that's a nice idea. Is there any for the people who maybe are not on the boat but just kind of watching what's going on? Any activities out there, any stands or food or something like that?
Well, we have additional dinner tickets available for friends
Okay.
and family who want to just be there for the awards event. We will have some live music. I think there'll be a silent auction as well. So we're going to have many items actually in our silent auction, which will start online the week before
Okay.
and finish that day. So that'll also
Okay.
be something people can look into.
You guys are going to be tired. That's a long day. From sunrise to an event
It's a normal
afterwards.
day in the event world.
I know, I've done that before too.
But they'll have, we have jewelry that's been donated from people like Colorado Pawn. We already have 7 beautiful baskets because we have just some amazing volunteers. So for the ladies that like to shop, and the weigh station area is always a popular area to hang out and see all the fish coming in. So even if you're not a fisherman, it's fun to just see, a young child catching their biggest fish for the first time, their expression on their face, and just paying attention to we have Debbie Greer from the Stuart Martin Chamber as our lady angler, and she's been our
Yay.
lucky charm in the past, so we're shooting for that. So we also have our boat in the mix.
Oh, very good.
We've participated. We do not do fishing charters. However, we do love doing the nonprofit fishing
good.
tournaments. That makes my husband happy.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
It does. All right.
Well, that sounds like a great event.
It does.
I don't
It's-
fish, but it sounds like a great event.
I mean, and just as you had mentioned, there's so many different things, and that's why I asked, is there another way that you can participate? Because I know not everybody does fish. Now, you mentioned the swag bags.
Yes.
Is there a different, is it a specific sponsorship to be part of that swag bag, or how does that work?
Yes, for the $500 level, you get your name on the banner, and then you can put whatever you want in the swag bags.
Oh, very good.
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Do you have the option just to do the bags itself? If I wanted to put a business card or a flyer, is there, a level for that one, maybe?
We can talk about
We could be
it.
creative. Okay. Always creative when it comes to
We'll
sponsorship
make it
money.
work. We'll make it work. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes
That's
sense.
pretty cool. I mean, I've been to some tournaments in the past where they might have a captain's bucket. They
Yeah,
call it captain's
That's
bucket.
exactly what we're doing.
And so that's what you're doing,
Okay.
the captain's bucket. Oh,
Yes,
fantastic.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Yes.
that's awesome.
So
That's awesome.
Surehold has donated the rope-handled buckets for that.
Oh,
so we're
fantastic.
excited to have their participation in this
good.
too. So
Good.
Well, it sounds like it's already a success, and it's not even May 6th, so, you know.
let's hope. Cross your fingers.
But as far as, food and beverages, Pirates Loft is going to be open all day. So if people want to sit up on the deck and just watch the view of the marina is great. You can have food beforehand, and then, like Kim said, come aboard dinner time so you can really spend the day there, even if you're not a fisherman.
Of course.
Oh, nice. So
of
that could
course,
be
but
a
you
fun
can
day,
enjoy
though.
the day. That's true.
Yeah, see all the boats going out and the excitement of the kids, and I
Yes.
wonder how big the fish will be.
And you indicated that weigh-in starts at 2? Is it 2 o'clock? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And is there a cutoff time?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. So
Okay.
it's between 2 and 4 is the weigh-in time. And that sounds so exciting. Fishing tournaments are really a lot of fun, even if you don't fish.
Okay.
It's been my experience anyway. So we're going to take a little bit of a break for a couple minutes, and we've got more questions for our lovely ladies, Kim and Amy, and we'll be right back. Located in St. Lucie West, Barron Academy is a private school that caters to students with autism and other unique needs. Barron Academy hosts grades K to 8, offering paced lessons and smaller class sizes guided by a passionate team of experienced educators. Curriculums are tailored to each student's abilities, which builds confidence while nurturing learning. For more information, visit exceptionalacademymypsl.com. Are you looking to buy, sell, or lease your commercial property? Do you want to sell your business? Do you need a property manager? The Jeremiah Barron & Company commercial real estate experts have managed over $1 billion in commercial real estate transactions. Our agents focus on each client's specific needs to deliver results. For more information, visit treasurecoastcommercialrealestate.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I am Rebecca Danise, co-host of the Bucket List Show with Tammy. Today we're excited because we do have Kim and Amy here, and I just want to remind everybody the goal of the show is really we want to serve you so you could live your most abundant life, and part of that is giving back. Tammy and I are big givers, and we serve as much as we can out there in the community. But Kim and Amy, you guys have a big event coming. How is things going so far with sponsors and just the activity of the event and the chatter in general?
Well, Onward and Upward, which is Amy's company with her husband, they are our headline sponsor. So we have one
Fantastic.
big one already.
Nice.
In addition to that, we were very excited last week to find out that one of our donors who regularly contributes to the Salvation Army has agreed to match all gifts, all sponsorships, all registrations up to $50,000.
That's fantastic.
What a
So
blessing.
that was such a relief
Yeah.
and a blessing because this is our first tournament. But we have had a few other sponsors coming in, so we're excited.
Oh, good.
We're hoping that we're going to get a few more. That would be really nice. Yeah.
Well, hopefully once we put that out there and when people realize it is for Compassion House, and there is such a need in our community, we are definitely seeing people that are being displaced, that are homeless for a variety of reasons, here and then obviously throughout the country. So this is great that you're doing it locally in our backyard, and be able to help 16 families is a big deal.
Right.
So
Yes.
hats off to you guys. So
Thank
hopefully
you.
it'll be a great, I got to learn to fish for next year.
Well, and as we had discussed earlier, the need is so much greater
Yeah.
than what is on the surface. So this really does touch the surface. So if someone wanted to help the Salvation Army, what are some ways that they could be helping outside of the fishing tournament itself?
We take monetary gifts, of course,
course.
but a lot of people ask me about Compassion House, what their primary needs are. And the number one need for Compassion House is laundry detergent. If you can imagine
wow.
8 families in there doing their laundry. Not only do we, spend a lot of money on the water bill and the electricity bill, but yeah, laundry detergent is our number one need, because when they're staying with us, they don't have to pay anything. We provide all their linen, all their clothing, everything they need. All their food is provided. So yeah, we appreciate donations of food, toiletry items, laundry detergent, that type of thing. Yes.
Where would they drop it off? At the Compassion House, or is there a location?
They can drop it off at the Compassion House. The problem is a lot of times during the day, everybody's out, and so the best place to drop it off is actually at our administration office, which is at 821 Southeast Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. It's right across the street from the Stewart Police and Fire Station.
Perfect.
Very good.
Perfect.
Very good.
Well, hopefully people could help that way as well. So it's just another way. Do you guys run the house with volunteers, or is it employees? Or
It's employees, so yeah, it's quite expensive, because as you can imagine, we have to have it staffed 24 hours. You can't have 8 families in one building and not have someone there to watch overnight. And so it costs about $32,000 a month to run Compassion House, and we own the building. We're not even talking about rent or anything, but just, that's how much it costs. And so we are in constant need of more resources to keep it going.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's a great job that you guys are doing, so I'm
Thank
sure
you.
all the
Thank
families
you.
appreciate that.
It's a very successful program. The ladies who complete the program are very unlikely to fall back into homelessness again.
How long is the program for?
Well, before the pandemic started and the whole housing crisis happened, most ladies were there for about 3 months. The problem now, of course, is there's the lack of affordable housing. And so we're not going to put them in a place where we know they're going to fail in a couple months just because it's out of their budget. And so that's been the problem the last couple months. So lately it's been more like 6 months, 7 months, and a lot of them, they're already working 2 jobs. A lot of them are being forced to look outside our area for housing, even in other states, because they just can't afford to live here. But we're able to get them back on their feet, teach them about budgeting, teaching about having an emergency fund for when a crisis arises. So it's a very successful program all around.
Right.
Well, good for them.
Now, you had mentioned earlier as well the Salvation Army group out of Martin as well as St. Lucie. So they're incorporated with each other? How does that work?
Our core office, our administration office in Stewart, actually covers Martin, St. Lucie, and Okeechobee counties.
Oh, very good.
And so we have social services offices in all 3 counties with a food pantry. And so people can get food assistance, they can get a financial assistance for past due rent or utilities. If they need a prescription that they need to buy and they can't afford it, we can help with that. We give vouchers for people to shop for clothing and shoes and that type of thing. If they've had a fire or a flood in their home, we can't furnish a whole apartment, but we will, give them a new kitchen table or a bed or, some household items. So we help in a lot of different ways.
Of course.
And sometimes we get people with very unique needs that come in, and we'll have somebody that just needs a wheelchair for a short time or a walker or something like that. And we get those donations into our family stores. And so when people give to our family stores, not only do those items often get used for people who are directly in need of those items, but the sale from all that supports Compassion House. That's literally, that's the main source of income for Compassion House. And so it's a win-win-win situation, really. So.
And are the stores that you have, are they considered paid employees? Are they volunteers? How does that work?
We do rely heavily on volunteers and community service workers. We get a lot of those referrals from the local court system, but we rely heavily on that. But we do have staff at each of our stores. We have 3 stores. They're all on US 1. There's one in Stewart, one in Port St. Lucie, and one in Fort Pierce.
Oh, fantastic. Nice. And it's great that those proceeds are going back.
Yes.
To help support Compassion House.
Right. Well, it's a win-win. You're helping the people who need to buy the clothes or get the, the furniture that you get there, or, being able to go and do the fishing tournament. So it helps everybody.
Well, and then that social services aspect that you have, that, sometimes it's not a matter of being homeless, but a matter of trying to prevent homelessness.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Budgeting.
Yeah, even if it just, especially with, taxes and how much everything's gone up, if you're able to help with the lights or something. So that just gives people an option again, instead of that stress and the panic.
We are seeing a lot of people who've never had to seek our help before, particularly with seniors. Seniors are being impacted tremendously with this the higher rents. So it's really sad.
That is a shame.
Yes.
Yeah. Can they call and get services, or do they have to actually go to your office?
It depends on the service. Now, if they need help with rent or utilities or something, we need them to come in and bring their documentation. But they can call and make an appointment and get, answers to all their questions.
Okay, so you're actually going to look at the income and see based a need based.
Yes.
Okay, well that makes sense too.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Very good.
What are the income levels? I mean, I know from our assignment that we had recently with the charities, just to give people an idea of what the government considers to be poverty level, so people know that.
Okay, I don't know the
would
exact
say that.
number
I think
for the
it's
current
60.
poverty level.
I was
Yeah,
saying like 16,000.
for an individual.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
And
usually
then
we
for a
look at it
family
like
of four,
a family
right.
of four. Yes.
Yeah, I
I don't
can't
know what
remember.
the current. It changes every year.
It does, yeah.
So-
It's
Now, is
probably
that
based on the
something
HUD
that can-
guidelines, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay,
Yes.
because I can't remember either because I've done that.
It's easy to Google it.
Yeah.
Now, is that something that is visual for them to be able to see on your website at all, or no?
Yes, they could go into
Okay.
our website and it lists all the things that we do, all the services that we provide.
Okay. Okay. Fantastic.
That's when the women are in the program. So besides budgeting, and is it any education like credit? How to apply for a job, how to
yes.
interview, how to dress, shake hands, those kind of things.
Yes, so we have a caseworker that works with each one of these ladies individually, and she meets with them about once a week, maybe every other week, depending on what because they're all working two jobs.
course.
And they'll set mini goals, and she'll talk to them about what their goal for their life is,
Right.
but they'll set little mini goals for that week. So, because if they're overwhelmed, when you
Yeah.
go into a shelter, you're suffering from anxiety and depression, and you're overwhelmed, and so she doesn't want to lay too much on them at
Right.
one time. But she does talk to them about budgeting. A lot of them have never had to do that before. If they haven't opened a checking account, she requires them to open a checking account, and she checks it to make sure they're not spending things on wants instead of needs. If they're getting their nails done or something like
Right.
that, they have a strict talking to. And we also talk to them about the value of continuing their education. So if they don't have their high school diploma, we will help them get their GED. We have an agreement with the IRSC, the Indian River State College.
Very good.
Because they are homeless, they can actually go to college for free. All we have
That
to
is so
say is
good.
they're living in our shelter. They can go to college for free. But of course, they're not with us very long. So we focus on those courses where they can get a certification relatively quickly,
course.
like a CNA or something like that. But those are very valuable because you can't live on minimum wage
That's right.
in Martin County or St. Lucie County.
Well, what a
that's
great
true.
program.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah, it is.
encourage them
Yes.
in many different ways. We teach them about all the resources that are available so that when they leave us, hopefully they'll be more resilient and not have the struggles that they had before they came to us.
Oh, how exciting. And then that flows to the children too.
Oh, yes.
So you're changing that generation, hopefully, and making it, everybody's being uplifted.
That's right. That's what our aim is.
What a wonderful organization, and I'm sure for those of you who are listening, it's really about finding a way that you can help this organization and some of the others that we bring on here. But just kind of a recap, May 6th.
May 6th.
First saltwater fishing tournament.
That's right.
Okay. Pirates Cove Resort and Marina.
That's right.
All right.
Let's
And
do
which
it.
is in the Manatee Pocket in Port
Yeah.
Salerno.
Yeah.
And to help raise money for those homeless services. And we're so excited about that. So if they have questions, what's a good number for someone to reach out?
They can call me at 772-288-1471. My extension is 202.
Okay. And then what is the website again? If you could just run.
They can either go to salvationarmymartin.org or salvationarmystlucie.org.
Okay,
And it takes them to the
fantastic.
same place.
Well, if
Perfect.
you're not participating, we would love to help get some people out there to help participate and make this a huge success.
Yes.
For the organization for Compassion House.
Absolutely. And if not, make the donations. They have the 3 stores. You could certainly go there and shop, but you could donate. Again, they need laundry detergent, personal care items. And the idea is in the end, they're going to be helping 16 families and their children. And I just think we all have responsibility to help with that.
We do.
Giving
So-
is living. That's my motto.
That's right. Awesome. Thank you so much, Kim, Amy, for joining us
welcome.
today. And, thank you so much for watching. And you've got all the contact information you need. So please reach out to us if you have any questions.
Be kind,
you.
everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.